Well, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and today we're going to be making a staple of St. Patrick's Day, corned beef and cabbage, and we're going to be making it all using a lot of the items that they have here at Kitchen & Company, which will make your job a lot easier in the kitchen. And I'm joined now by Tracy Toth, who is with Kitchen & Company.
Hi,
You're excited
Brian.
to get in there. Nice to meet you. Love the mitt there.
Good to see you.
So I'm not that savvy in the kitchen, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, but
Okay.
you're going to whip me into shape today.
You know, cooking a St. Patrick's Day meal is really easy because Kitchen & Company carries all the things that make your job really simple and quick in the kitchen. Take, for instance, this Lodge cast iron Dutch oven that we've cooked our corned beef roast in. Doesn't that smell delicious?
That smells excellent in there.
Cast iron Dutch ovens are really great to have in your arsenal in the kitchen because of the cast iron and the enamel coating. It really holds in the heat and distributes it evenly. You can use them on the stovetop, you can use them in the oven, you can use them in your campfire. It's a really versatile way to cook.
So the Lodge Dutch ovens have multi-uses.
They're
for
great.
Them, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the corned beef, you would actually started that a couple hours prior to, even though it's simple, you said it's kind of, it takes time to cook.
It takes time to cook. This one is taking 2.5 hours. It depends on the weight. The weight is, I think the cook time is 50 minutes per pound. So this one was about 2.5 hours
Okay.
on top of the stove.
All right, so
Okay.
we'll get back to that in just a second.
Yeah.
Let's head on over here to these.
This is Cuisinart's food processor, 12-cup food processor with nested work bowls. And what's really special about having nested work bowls is that you can do 2 jobs virtually at once without having to go back to the sink and clean your workstation and come back.
So no back and forth. So as you're putting this in here, the bottom is staying clean, which we're going to use in just a minute.
We're going to use the bottom in just a second. Now, we are making a sauce to go with our corned beef, and it's a really simple sauce. Maple syrup, balsamic vinegar, stone ground mustard, and water.
And you just came up with this today.
Aren't I brilliant?
You are brilliant. You are brilliant. She is brilliant, ladies
Turn
and
this
gentlemen.
on for me. It's super quiet.
It's very quiet.
super
You can
powerful,
barely hear it.
And it's done. So what we're going to do, go ahead. What we're going to do is take this to the stove and simmer it in a pot. Burn off or cook off some of the water, and then this will be our sauce for the corned beef. Okay?
So we'll put that aside
And
now.
we'll put that aside, and now we're going to get ready to do some of our veggies. And this is what's so great about having our nested work bowls. Now we've got a really large work bowl that's clean at the bottom, and we're going to put our slicing disc in. What's great about this slicing disc is you can actually dial in the width of the slices. I've chosen 2 millimeters for our carrots.
Just put that right on. And I got the vegetables.
You got the veggies?
You're putting me to work.
All right. Somebody's got to, Brian.
Exactly, I know.
All right, super large feed tubes. So we're able to stack in all these giant carrots in here, and it's going to make really quick work of our carrots.
No doing it one at a time. Just put it all in
That's
there.
right.
And then within less than 3 seconds, look at that,
Yeah,
done.
perfect results every time. So, and what's really great about having even slices is when you go to cook them, they'll cook evenly and all at the same time. So you get great results.
Which is good.
All right. So let's change our slicing down to 4 millimeters, and we're going to do some some cabbage wedges that we can saute with a little bit of butter and be a great accompaniment for our corned beef. Let's see if we can fit one more in there. That might be a little too big. Let's try this one first. Okay. How about one more?
And it literally is just taking not even seconds. Just and I can't believe how quiet it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
So you get these really great results, and you're ready to take these to the stove and saute.
Awesome.
Look at this. Isn't that great?
That's great. And we'll show the end result in just a bit. So
Yeah.
now this thing here. This is awesome.
This
Tell
is
me about
great.
this. I've never seen this before.
Do me a favor. Turn the dial to 1, and I'll tell you what you're doing. Did it turn on?
Yes.
It turned off. This is Cuisinart's soup blender. And what's great about the soup blender is that when you have it turned on, is that it actually has a heating element in the base so that when you go to cook your soup, you can cook and saute your meat or your onions or garlic in the bottom, add your veggies, add your broth, stock, what have you, cook, puree, and go straight to your bowl with it. So no need to have a whole bunch of different vessels
Exactly,
dirtied up in your
going
kitchen.
all over the place. So you can literally prep, cook, and serve right from this right here.
Right in this.
That is awesome.
This is our cream of turnip soup. It's another way to celebrate St. Patty's Day. All it is sauteed onion and garlic, chopped turnips, chicken broth, and I've added a little bit of cream at the end to make it creamy.
That sounds
So we can
good.
take it
Let
right
me
to our
get the
bowl.
bowl here. You gotta start serving this because I'm getting hungry smelling all this food.
So yummy. And look at how nice and smooth the puree is. You really get super results with this soup blender. I love it. And it's great for pizza sauce. It's great for smoothies. You don't have to cook
Even
with it.
things that you don't use the heat for. Got it.
Exactly.
That's great. So we have the soup there. All right. Now let's start filling up these plates. Let's do it.
All right. How about plating the roast for me?
Taught me before. Okay, so we're just going to stick this in here.
And put it on the platter. That looks delicious, doesn't it?
It smells great.
So I added some extra spices. It comes with a packet of spices, but I put bay leaf in the water, as well as some extra pickling spices. And what's really unique about corned beef is that you always slice it across the grain.
It's coming off nice and easy there for you cutting it that way.
So easy and tender and juicy. Oh my goodness, this looks so delicious. All right, Brian, why don't you put some of those slices on the plate, and I'll get our veggies uncovered. There you go.
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of
doing
you
a
too.
good job.
We should do this more often,
yes,
Brian.
Exactly.
All right, grab your plate and your tongs and help yourself to some of these veggies.
All right.
This is the cabbage and the carrots. And you know what I did? I sauteed a little bit of butter, started the veggies, and then I added 2 ladles of our corned beef broth that our meat was cooking in. So you get that extra tang.
Too. Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Look at that.
And
now
our last,
the sauce, I'll hold off on that.
Our last little thing is a drizzle of our sauce that we made in our food processor.
So with the exception of the corned beef, everything really goes fast. It's just waiting for this to cook, and then after that, it's pretty simple.
It's so easy and so fast, you bet.
And for more information on Kitchen & Company, you can log on to our website, delmarvalife.com, and click on the Show tab. With that said, we're gonna eat. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Well, it goes without saying that you're going to need a good drink to go with that meal. The folks at Kitchen & Company Lewis recommend an Indian Brown Ale made by Dogfish Head, and you can buy that at Cape Wine & Spirits, which is right next door to Kitchen & Company. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, do you have any fine china or maybe coins lying around the house? Up next, how you can cash in on your collectibles, a unique opportunity for Delmarva. Delmarva Life, life at its best, here on Delmarva.